Hey, finally. I'm so excited. Guys, this is my first live on YouTube. It's so surreal, it's so refreshing, but also very anxiety provoking. I must keep it 100% with you. I'm so anxious. This is my first live. If I haven't said, please bear with me. Extend me some grace. I am not going to be here for too long. Hopefully, I would compose myself enough to deliver the message of my being here today. So, welcome to my live stream. My name is Jaden. If you're new to my channel, you are welcome. I talk about mental health, education, awareness. I believe people should talk about their problems. I believe we all do have issues. And when we don't share those experiences, especially the difficult ones, we don't encourage each other, and people bottle up their problems thinking they're alone. Those things are particular to them. I always say to people that the life of social media is not the reality. I mean, granted, a lot of people have great blessings, people are lucky, people have a lot of beautiful things going on for them in their lives, but life is made in such a way that there has to be a balance. So sometimes we have it okay, some other times we have problems. They're all part of life, which is why sometimes we have morning and then you have night, you have winter, you have summer. Everything is created and made to complement each other. So when people are on social media painting consistently picture of, perfection, if you are not very careful, if you don't understand how life is, you can easily get sidetracked. You can easily get, depressed. You might think, why is everyone out there happy? Why is my own life experience so traumatic, so sad? Why am I not celebrating like others? Why do I not have those beautiful pictures to share? But the truth is, sometimes people curate stories, to form a narrative. And also because they want to, it's almost like a business module. People make a living out of being on social media. And in fairness to them, no one wants to see you in your, restroom or private room when you're doing your, private business. When you cry and you post your picture online, it's not very attractive. I don't see how anyone will make a living out of that. So people have to share the story that will sell. People have to tell the stories that will make people think they're happy, you know. So occasionally we have to always realize, that life is filled with ups and downs. So, without wasting too much of our time, I don't want to be sidetracked or to be distracted. Remember, I told you there's a lot of nerves, even though I might not look so, but I'm a bit tensed. I'm trying to calm myself down, being that this is my first experience being on live. I have a cup of tea in case you see me sipping every now and again, just to help myself relax. So, I wanted us to talk about being man enough. Now, this is a story, is a video I have made already where I talked about what it takes to be a man and what it actually means when you are man enough. I wouldn't want to dwell too much on that aspect of, being a man, because I already made a video on that. If you haven't seen that video, please go back and watch that. Are you man enough? There's so much to learn. It was actually inspired by a friend of mine, actually a cousin in Georgia, who had a silent dig at me. He said rather that I haven't said anything to the boys. Why is it that I only cater for the women? I think naturally, because I'm a woman, obviously, I have to start from that point of view. But my message on this video, on this YouTube channel, is beneficial to everyone. It's not particular to women. And my hope is that as we continue to make progress, as things continue to improve, I will have everything for everyone. I would reach out wider audience. I would have things to share with both men and women. So today's live was inspired by a story shared by one of my very good friends. This is a woman I look up to. She has been there, she has done that, she's really a source of inspiration to me. You know, that friend you go to when you need counseling, not formally, but when you just need that little pep talk, you have things going on in your mind you wanted, or you want someone to share with you. So I called her up. I think this was last week, Wednesday. She sounded very low. She wasn't her usual self. And immediately I knew something was off. I'm not sure if I position this the way I would. Okay, that's better. Moving on. So I spoke to this lady. She was very low in her presentation. She sounded really not happy. And then that got me thinking. I asked her what was going on. She told me she wasn't happy. She hasn't been happy for a while. She wasn't sure if she was going to share that story with me. And I prompted her, and she went on about how she's been very sad in her family, in her marriage. This woman works really, really, really hard. She married her husband years back. They have, I think, two girls and a boy. The boy is now a teenager. Um, the girls are younger. So I'm not sure what that man did for a living. But she said recently things have changed in her home, especially around finance. She's not happy because she has to cater. She now caters for almost everything in the house, from the children to the mortgage to feeding. I was taken aback because that wasn't the impression I had. I know this woman used to work hard, but has always been a hard worker, but I never knew she had that much, burden going on in her family. So immediately I felt helpless. I was sad for her. I felt sorry for her. I felt she had put on this appearance for a long time. Let's just say she was a very good, she wanted to be a good mom, she wanted to be a good wife, she wanted everyone to feel okay in her family. So she did everything she could. Now she currently works two jobs. So I think the problem has been going on for a while, but she said sometime 2 weeks ago, she spoke to her pastor. She told the pastor what was going on. The pastor suggested to have a conversation with the husband, which she did. Initially, she wasn't sure if she was going to share this story with anyone, but she spoke to me because she has this concern. This woman wants to end her marriage, or at least have a break. She wants her husband to be up and doing. The reason she's not happy is because she has a lot of responsibility. This man, I'm not sure what he does for a living, but he's a contractor. He told his wife he's a contractor. He used to go, travel all over the place. I think he was bringing in something at some point. I'm not sure how skilled, whether skilled or not, he is. I don't really know what he does as in terms of training. So I'm not sure what he's capable of doing in terms of looking for, you know, work or business or whatever it is. Anyway, this woman had a meeting with her husband. It didn't go well. She wasn't happy because the husband felt she was overstepping her boundaries. The husband felt she was speaking to someone out there who had whispered one or two things in her ears. The husband questioned her place to ask him such questions, And what was the main issue? This woman said, my friend said, she spoke to the husband and said, "We have a problem. I don't want to continue to fool myself. I cannot continue to cater for this family alone. Yes, you have been supportive to an extent prior, but things have changed. Now I need to know what we have to do together as a family in order to change our lifestyle, in order to give me the support I need, because I'm burning out. And this man was offended. So my friend is at that point where she's thinking of, one, saving her marriage. Two, the reality is she can't help, cater for the family alone. And because of that, she's worried about her physical health. She's worried about her mental health. She's thinking of ending her relationship, her marriage of many years. But she's thinking of the society judging her. She's also thinking of her family, the impact of that break in relationship on her children. So she wanted me to give her my 2 cents. As you know, marriage is not something or relationships generally, is not something you want to jump in, you want to give, especially when that opinion, that advice you want to give is coming from a place of emotion. This is someone I look up to, I respect. I want her to be happy. I want her to, get the support she needs. So chances are, if I'm not careful, I can easily mislead her. I can easily project. I can easily give her the wrong advice. And there's always something about relationships. Things are never 100% the way they are presented, which is why I was shocked to realize she had all these responsibilities, all this weight on herself alone. But that wasn't the impression I got for a long time. So for that reason, I don't know if there were more to that, family, there is more to the problem, if there is, but I'm going to just take it by her words, take her by her words, and trust that she has told me the truth, and give her the advice I would give myself, I would give my sister, and I would give my daughter if I have one, or someone I love. I think women, we are created naturally to enjoy protection, to enjoy love, to enjoy support. I know people have various forms of love languages. I'm now speaking for myself, and what I feel universally is the case. Women want to rest in their femininity. A lot of women want to be catered for. A lot of women want to be provided for, even from the evolutionary psychology, from that point of, you know, creation. Women gravitated towards men who are capable of providing for them, who are capable of protecting them and their offsprings. Most of the times relationships are started by the feelings of love, the emotions of love, attachment, compatibility. But ultimately, every woman wants to, because think about it, when you're young and single as a woman, you have the world at your feet. You can take over the world literally. But the moment you become a mom, there are certain things you can no longer do. There are certain jobs you can no longer do. You can't easily or readily make decisions about yourself. You have to think about your children. So there are lots and lots of changes that happen to us when we become parents. And for that reason, naturally, women want to be in a relationship with men who are capable of looking after them, who are capable of providing for them, and for the family. So I went away and I was thinking, why would this man be offended because my friend wants a solution to what obviously is a problem? Men have a lot of ego. A friend once said to me that men value respect more than love. If you want to show a man you love that man, you have to respect that man. That is their love language. And I believe that. But I also believe that respect is not something you get handed. Respect is something you earn. And for a woman to respect a man and to, be submissive to a man, I know most men love to throw these words around, especially some of us who are from, from a Christian background. Most times men would tell you, you have to respect them, you have to submit to them. This is what God wants us to do. Agreed. I've talked about that in my video. But there is something really, really fundamental when it comes to respect. A woman will automatically respect you when you do what you have to do as a man. A woman will respect you when you fit into that category, when you are that man who does what he needs to do, provides for your family, lead your family, protect your family, your wife and children. They will feel safe. That woman will feel protected. That woman will feel secure. And she will go out of her way to accord you the respect that you're due as a man. So my friend is in a very difficult situation. The husband is not happy because she had called for that difficult conversation. Now she's thinking of ending her relationship. She's thinking of ending her marriage because she's not happy. She's stressed out. And I think she's within her right to do so. In as much as I would encourage, she takes her time to think this thoroughly. But I think she has a case. I think women become resentful when we cater for the family. I don't care how you sugarcoat it, this is the reality. Women are not created to provide for the family. Yes, occasionally you can help out, if you're, especially if you're capable, if you're a woman who works and also looks after the children. There's nothing wrong in occasionally paying for the mortgage if you want, occasionally buying the food if you can afford it, buying gifts for your husband's family, your mother-in-law, your sister-in-laws, as well as your own family. There's nothing wrong in that, but it becomes a problem when a woman feels obligated. We usually don't do that for a long time. So women are not created to labor, to bring, and I've said this again and again, I know it might ruffle some feathers, but I'm a traditional woman. And as a traditional woman, I believe so much in patriarchy, but I believe there are corresponding roles and responsibilities. As a man, you have to be able to live up to your own patriarchal bargain, your end of that bargain, which is that you will be a man who is capable of providing for your family. If for whatever reason you lose your job or you become incapacitated mentally, physically, I can easily understand why a woman would, offer some help. But that arrangement can't just go on for a long time. Remember that he who pays the piper dictates the tune. When a woman caters for the family, that woman will become resentful. That woman will become bored. That woman will lose respect for you. That woman will become irritable. That woman's physical health is at stake, her mental health. And you don't want to see a woman angry. You don't want to live in a house with a woman who is not happy, who is not satisfied. That woman will resent you. She will nag you. She will complain. She will not look after herself. I know most of you men want us to look the best. You want us to work long hours. You want us to look after the children. You want us to cook the best meal. And guess what? You want us to look like we are runway models. So it takes a lot. When a woman is not happy, that woman eats more. That woman piles on weight. That woman neglects her physical appearance. That woman neglects her children. And guess what? That woman loves you less. Sorry, I almost bit my tongue. That woman loves you less. Why? Because she is losing respect for you. She is losing the attraction she once had for you. And it doesn't matter if you're a pastor, it doesn't matter if you're the most handsome man out there, it doesn't matter if you have 20 packs. Women want to rest in their femininity. Women want to be looked after. That is when they are able to give you the best of their womanhood. to look after your children, to look after themselves, to look after their family, and if they can, to occasionally do some work. So I hope I've been able to articulate my thoughts. This is my first live. It's a bit overwhelming. I am nervous. I'm trying not to show it, but trust me, even the tea I left. Let me just have a quick sip. So I'm going to come back to this conversation, I'm hoping. Please share your comment. I really want to know what you think. Do you think my friend should pack out of her home because she's laden with the burden of providing for her family? Or do you think she should at least stay away for some time? She wanted to have this conversation. Her husband wouldn't have it. I'm the man of the house. You don't ask me questions. You are my wife. These were actually his exact words. He said, "You are my wife, and everything that belongs to you is mine." So I may be out of job now, but my wife is working, and I think that should be enough. This woman hasn't been herself. She's really, really depressed as we're speaking. So I would love to hear what you think. I've told her my mind, and my mind is what I've shared here. My thought is what I've shared here with you. I could be wrong. This could be an emotional response. I don't know. But let me hear what you think. Please leave your comment in the in the comment section. Like this live if you enjoyed it. Share with your friends. And I look forward to seeing you in another one. Until then, do not forget to look after yourselves. Take care. Bye. Mm. I'm trying to end this. Yes.